One of the more tedious aspects of rigging is skinning, and we have with the Rig Vader good initial default envelopes, but certainly we need to adjust the skinning, particularly in the jaw. So we've got the problem of separating the upper and lower regions of the mouth, which actually it's not a problem at all if you've got the right technique. So here we're just weighting the lower lip to the jawbone, making it as red as we can, which means that pretty soon it's going to pull down the upper one as well. So we press the Alt button, which reverses it, so we're weighting it fully to the jawbone, and then we press the Alt button and weight it fully to the head bone so it moves up, and we keep doing that until we get to a point of distortion. We're not worried about the distortion at the moment. See, we've already got gaps forming. Now what we do now at a certain point is use the blend weights. Now the blend weights will separate it quite adequately and quickly, as long as it's, there you go, there's the blend weights. Now as you can see, as soon as we bring in the blend weights, we get the separation of upper and lower lips. Now the point is that if it's a relatively low weight mesh, low res mesh, this is fairly easy, but a higher res it becomes rather more tedious. But I don't think you'll be using as a base mesh anyway anything much denser than this, so it becomes quite relaxing after a while. Just put on some Mozart or some music and paint away. It's really not so much a chore as meditation, so that's what I find anyway. Here we are, we're doing more of the weighting of the upper lip, and the nose obviously has to be returned to its original position, which is just a case of subtracting all the weight, all the vertex weighting from that. So already we're getting something right. But once we have the separation, then we go back to blend weights, because we can't have a complete the bottom completely weighted to the jaw and the top not. So there has to be a fall off. So once we've separated them, we can do that, and then we'll go inside the jaw and do something similar. Inside the mouth, we'll weight positively to the jaw and the lower section, and then we go in and weight to the head on the other, and then we blend. So it's a fairly simple process, quite relaxing, and not a chore, at least not at this resolution mesh. There we go, pushing it back, pressing the Alt button on the paint weights, and I think paint weights is one of the great tools, skin tools. It's extremely useful, very powerful, easy to use. But the default envelopes that come with the Rig Vader give you a starting point, but of course nothing can be fully automatic. You need to adjust them to some degree. Although it's possible to do everything with envelopes, it does restrict you. There's software out there which will give you off the bat envelopes to deform facial bones. However, that restricts you in certain ways and doesn't enable you to change the resolution. In other words, you can't really add more bones without painting weights anyway. So the vertex weighting is inevitable, in my belief. So that's almost the jaw done. The next thing I want to look at is the eyelids. The eyelids need to be, let's see, there's a little bit of fleshy lip. That's easy fixed with paint weights. And there's also a utility I have called the lip separator, which has a different approach. It will enable you to find out what bones are affecting which vertex, and to get rid of those bones, so you can weight either fully to one or the other. We'll be having a look at that in another video. But in this case it's not necessary, we don't need that. We can simply use the conventional paint weights available on the modifier. And now, yeah, there we have a pretty good looking mouth there, without the keyhole effect. Now we're going to have a look at the eyelids. The eyelids obviously need work, so we go in there, and the first thing we're going to do is even it out. So we'll use paint weights again to get, we change the radius of the brush, and that's very convenient. We do it with Shift Alt, I think, or Shift Control, and we're painting some on either side. We're bringing it down to that level before we start doing blend weights, and we can get in quite close with this. And what we're after is a nice edge flow to the mesh lines. If you'll have a look, once we're doing the blend weights, you can see this, the edge flow must be smooth, and also we must produce enough density. There must be enough density in the eyelids, eyelid geometry, to allow for a convincing pull down. And there is enough. If you look at the quads there, there's more than enough quads really to produce an eyelid movement down. So we're going in with paint weights, and we're simply evening everything out. We've got a nice green central region falling off to blue, which is what we want. The blue is important because we need to affect the regions beyond the immediate bone control, although we do not want any effect on the lower lid. So we're going to have to remove that blue there on the lower lid. That's easily done. Again, pressing Alt and going in and removing that completely. There are other ways we can do that, but there's nothing wrong with this method. And then we go in there and go back with a smaller brush size until we get something smooth. And there you go. Once we've done that, we can mirror the vertex weighting to the other side using mirror weights, which is straightforward. There you go, mirror weights, and we have on both sides. And the lids now work quite well.